Good morning. In the year 2016, in the month of November, I voted for Hillary Clinton. Well, it's going to get worse before it gets better, so buckle up. I was working at the time as a hairstylist in New York City, and naturally, the day after the election, in order to cope with what had just happened, I had to cancel all of my appointments and take a personal wellness day. After all, I was in no condition to be anywhere near scissors or bleach, and so I did what any calm, rational, clear-thinking person would do. I got on Facebook Live, and I started crying.
I rolled over, I found out that he won, and I didn't sleep the rest of the night, and I had to cancel my day today because I can barely function right now, and I couldn't take clients, and I don't know, I need a hug.
It's hard to believe that just 1 year later, this.
Once upon a time, I was a liberal.
I started WalkAway after making the startling realization that almost everything I had believed in my entire life was actually nothing more than a carefully constructed narrative, installed into public consciousness with meticulous deceit by the entertainment industry, the media, and various systems of propaganda in our culture. When I realized that not only was I being lied to, but that the media and the Democrats had concocted a formula to control every minority community in this country through a steady diet of fear-mongering and deception, I became outraged, and I decided to do something about it. And hell hath no fury like a gay man scorned by the Democrat Party. So on May 26th of 2018, I put out a 6-minute video detailing all of the reasons I was walking away from the Democratic Party. And I launched a Facebook group encouraging people to create their own walkaway videos and share their own stories. Nothing like it had ever been done before. Utilize the power of social media and testimonial videos to create a movement for people to walk away from a political party together as a community. I was determined to make my idea work. I was focused on only one thing: make sure every person in this country knows the name #WalkAway, no matter what it takes. And so I did hundreds of interviews day and night for the first 5 weeks, waiting for my big break. And finally, on July 2nd, 5 weeks after I launched the movement, my boyfriend called.
Well, not everybody on the left is on board with where the left is going. Brandon Straka has spent years as a liberal. He recently released a new video encouraging other progressives to walk away.
I thought that CNN told the truth. I thought MSNBC told the truth. I thought Rachel Maddow told the truth. So what I've done is I've created a testimonial campaign utilizing video and written testimonials. This is happening right now on Facebook. It's called the #WalkAway Campaign.
From there, we were off to the races. Walkaway testimonials began flooding in by the hundreds. Suddenly, everyone was talking about #WalkAway.
And now there's this, a new grassroots movement urging Democrats who are fed up with their party to #WalkAway. It's called the WalkAway movement, and it's gaining serious momentum.
The WalkAway movement continues to gain traction online.
It's Brandon Straka, who has created quite a stir in recent days.
There's a burgeoning new online movement billing itself as #WalkAway, where once proud liberals denounce their former political identity as the left is moving further and further away from something called reality.
Almost immediately, an attack was initiated against us. In early July, the left-wing media began churning out a blitzkrieg of articles stating that WalkAway was a Russian disinformation campaign and that the hashtag was not being used by real people, but Russian bots at Vladimir Putin's direction. But it quickly became much more unhinged. Within weeks, the left-wing media began reporting that the people in WalkAway testimonials were paid actors and models from stock photos. It was shocking, but back then my team and I thought it was somewhat funny. I felt a sense of pride to be so threatening to the left that they would engage in this type of outlandish attempt to discredit me and WalkAway. What we didn't know then, and didn't find out until many years later, was that the WalkAway is Russian propaganda narrative didn't originate from a bunch of leftist hacks in the mainstream media. This lie was created by agents within our own CIA and DHS, including Department of Homeland Security Undersecretary Suzanne Spalding. All I knew at the time was that I was one person up against the entirety of the mainstream media who were organizing to invalidate me and this fledgling movement. I knew I had to fight back with a tactical response, and then it dawned on me. If they're going to try to delegitimize us by creating a false narrative that WalkAway is not real people, then let's do a march on Washington. Real people marching together in the streets of DC, holding signs, flags, and banners, marching away from the dishonest left together. We brought thousands of people to DC for the WalkAway March on Washington, a weekend so unique and so powerful that President Donald Trump tweeted out, "WalkAway movement marches today in DC. Congratulations to Brandon Straka for starting something very special." The success of the WalkAway March proved what I already knew. WalkAway is a real force with legs that stretch far beyond social media. It was time to get on the ground and start bringing the message to the people where it was most needed. So I began gathering powerful voices from various communities together and traveling the country doing town halls, debates, rallies, college campus tours, and much more. In 2019, WalkAway produced 24 of these events, spoke at a dozen colleges, and produced our own video series, The Hard Truth. 5-minute videos with former liberals taking on a different leftist lie or cultural myth and fighting Marxist propaganda with the thing they hate the most, the truth, and setting the record straight. In 2020, COVID hit and we were put under lockdown. BLM was ravaging our country with violence and destruction, and nobody seemed to know what to do. So the WalkAway team, just a skeleton crew of a few people, got to work creating what we called Rescue America rallies. The message was simple. If the left is allowed to go outside to burn, loot, and destroy while the rest of us are ordered to stay inside, we will not comply. We will not give up our country willingly to the radical left. So we raised the money and embarked on 19 rallies in 19 major cities across America. Almost every event we've done has been fraught with some type of peril. Antifa groups find out that we're coming and harass the venues and vendors until they cancel us, sometimes even on the day of the event. But we don't quit. We always find a way. Even if we have to hold the event on the sidewalk in front of the venue that canceled us, like in San Francisco, where we were met by dozens of Antifa who came to break our sound equipment, blare sirens in our ears, flip us off, swear in our faces, or just shriek into the night like the now infamous screaming bald girl. Aren't they cute? What happened to us in Dallas marked one of the scariest and most eye-opening things I've ever experienced. First, BLM came to our rally and charged our stage. Then afterward, my team and I were chased for 5 blocks by a mob of more than 20 BLM anarchists who threw bottles at us, broke our phones, and screamed and threatened our lives.
We're being chased by a mob of people outside the police station, a mob of Black Lives Matter protesters. They've already thrown shit at us. We're trying to get away from them. You don't get the opportunity. Tell your ass.
fucking run! Fucking phone down. Give me that damn phone! Fucking go! Yeah, you stupid fuck! Are you a dumb bitch? You're a minority just like you're not a part of the community at all! Motherfucker, this ain't time for fucking conversation! It's time for you to get the fuck out of here! Fucking go! We really own it! Arlen, phone! Arlen, phone! You want me violent? You want me to show you violence? I will show you violence!
Every major news outlet was there. ABC, CBS, NBC, and others. They all witnessed and filmed what happened. And that night, every news network presented BLM as the victims of a racist attack and mentioned nothing of what they did to us. And that's when I knew there were forces at work far more nefarious than just fake news. They're not just enabling it, they are it. The media is part of the Marxist revolution to destroy America. On January 6, 2021, I was a scheduled speaker at a permitted event on Capitol grounds. When I arrived at the Capitol, the barricades had been fully opened and the doors on the east side of the Capitol were open. I stood outside of the building for 8 minutes shooting a video of a crowd of people walking into the open doors. I never entered the Capitol on January 6th. I never engaged in any violence, vandalism, theft, or destruction, nor did I witness any. In fact, nothing I witnessed could be described as a riot by any honest person, and I certainly did not engage in any rioting. But 2.5 weeks later, a team of FBI agents in tactical gear stormed my apartment at dawn and got me out of bed, put me in handcuffs, and took me to jail. The government charged me with multiple felonies, and I was threatened with the now infamous 1512 obstruction of an official proceeding felony, the unconstitutional and unethical 20-year felony charge being used to torment J6ers into taking plea deals and put them in prison for years. The lies about January 6th and my involvement were used as an excuse to systematically annihilate me and WalkAway. Facebook banned the WalkAway Campaign group, which had grown to over 511,000 members with tens of thousands of videos and written testimonials, all gone in an instant. We were permanently banned by PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, Patreon, our donor portals, our email services. I was evicted from my apartment by the building owner. I was placed on a terrorism watch list, meaning hours of security screening at the airport and being accompanied by air marshals on every flight. The communist psychopaths in the leftist media reported with deceptive glee that I encouraged people to storm the building and take a shield from an officer, and that I flipped on MAGA and turned people in to save my own skin. This was a lie. I was sued by a Soros-funded law firm in D.C. under the KKK Act, alleging that I'm a white supremacist who went to the Capitol to attack black Capitol police officers. I won that lawsuit. And through all of this, the Republican Party that I gave myself in service to, that I've repeatedly put my life in danger for and nearly lost my freedom for, and the right-wing media that had fallen in love with me years prior, was silent. I had never seen anything like it. It was like WalkAway and I just ceased to exist. You see, they'll report on the criminal arrests of Roger Stone, Steve Bannon, Dinesh D'Souza, James O'Keefe, but Brandon Straka is a J6er. So I'm expected to wear a scarlet eye for insurrectionists around my neck, but I will not. I will not be shamed. I will not be shamed by anybody, and I will not be ashamed. I will not be broken by the left or the cowards or rhinos on the right. I'm going to hit 2024 with more passion and more power than anything I've ever done up until now. Next month, we will resume the WalkAway Thought Revolution College Tour, focusing on speaking to young people in crucial states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. We are launching Project Z, a project aimed at targeting Gen Z by building an army of young voices who will make weekly videos on trending topics and debunking the left's lies that are used to target this young generation. We will continue to travel the country to reach out to minority communities to get people woken up and thinking for themselves. We will continue to create unique and outstanding video content to challenge the left's narratives and divisive propaganda. We will continue to fight day after day to save our country from the destruction of the radical left and grow this movement of free thinkers who choose to walk away. If you feel unheard and unrepresented by the political system, WalkAway is for you. If you feel politically homeless, WalkAway is for you. If you are tired of the political establishment that gets nothing done, WalkAway is for you. And if you want to be a part of a winning team that's changing the landscape of America and never backs down, WalkAway is for you. I want everyone in this room right now to take out your phones. Can we put that slide back up, please? I'm leaving the stage. Okay. Scan that QR code or go to walkawaycampaign.com/next. There's 5 steps I want you to take to help us rebuild the Walkaway movement. I understand that these days asking people to take 5 steps, I might as well ask you to dig a ditch. But join our new Facebook group. Join our new app, WalkAway Social. Donate to the Walkaway movement as we rebuild. Join our email list and join our texting list. You can do all of that by scanning that QR code or going to walkawaycampaign.com/next. Thank you so much, Matt and Mercedes Schlapp, and thank you, CPAC.